Hi, Lorelia here. Today I want to discuss with you some of the things that I've been recently reading about a lot of celebrities and a lot of athletes. And I want to pose this question to you. Do you think that celebrities and athletes need financial literacy? Or do they need some type of classes? Do you think that it should be mandatory for athletes or celebrities to get this type of training? Reason why I'm asking this question is that I was recently reading online that Rihanna is suing, the R&B star is suing the realtors that sold her home, and saying that they sold the home because it was overvalued based on the amount of repairs and damage that the home had. So I said to myself, was Rihanna duped? Was she beat out of her money? A lot of people have maybe a school of thought saying, well, doesn't Rihanna, $1 million R&B star, have advisors who advised her different? I don't know, that may be the case. But I do think that people should bear some responsibility to it themselves. And that's why I think financial literacy is needed. So, I know you're wondering, well, what does buying a house have to do with financial literacy? And I always feel like financial literacy is the foundation. So, I want to use the analogy of building a home. In order for me to build a home, put up a roof, put in the windows, add on framing, I have to have a solid foundation. And that's how I see any type of either financial advice that you're given or even any understanding. In order for you to even understand the process of buying a home, or understanding, are you buying a home overvalued, or do you have any equity in the home, and understanding markets, before you can even get to that point, you have to know the foundation of financial literacy. And for me, I believe that is budgeting, saving, credit management, debt management, retirement. And everybody has their own spin on what they think financial literacy is. But that's what I feel like. I feel like if you've mastered those things, everything builds on that. And it's almost like mathematics. In order for me to do division, multiplication, algebra, calculus, I have to know what 1 plus 1 is. Basic. I have to know what 2 minus 2 is. 0. Got to know that. So, once again, this is not to make a mockery of celebrities like Rihanna. Then I also read about Terrell Owens. Apparently, he's saying that his advisors, misused his money. Okay. So once again, who's to blame? It's the blame on the advisors. And some people may have a bias about that because they know the line of work that I'm in. I know I'm not in the field of work of duping or misleading people. I'm more so, I always speak from the standpoint of, let me educate you, let me teach you, and for you to also, challenge me. So, there you go. Once again, Terrell Owens is, saying that he's having money problems. And then I recently read that Chris Tucker is losing his home to foreclosure. A home in Florida. So, I just think that celebrities, because the stardom of, the whole celebrity thing may be very sudden. And for some individuals, they don't come into the industry, whether it's entertainment or sports, with the foundation of financial literacy. I feel like for athletes that once again, don't want to make the NFL, the NBA, or any type of sports franchise responsible, but I feel like that they should at least give them some classes, because I think that as a, for example, a sports athlete, they're giving some type of classes on etiquette, how to speak on camera, how to deal with a reporter, and whether they decide to get this, training themselves or the team provides it to them. Why can't the team provide financial literacy? It saddens me. I was just recently looking at, a month ago, a show comes on HBO called Hard Knocks. Yeah, 20 years of Hard Knocks. And if you're a football fan, you know about this show. Right before football season, HBO does this Hard Knocks, and they follow every year a particular, sports team in football. And so this year, with the lockout in the summer, I guess they weren't able to do the show. So they did the highlights of all the 20 years that they've been on the air. And so they, highlighted some players who were not superstar status, but they were at the status of making money. And it was really surprising that after the, NFL, their career was over, they were broke. Had to go back to like normal jobs. And that must be a hurt to the ego to know at one time, you were playing with an NFL team, may not have been a millionaire, but you were making at least six figures, and have to just get a common job. So, once again, not making a mockery of entertainers or sports, figures, and of course not putting any blame on sports teams. But I feel like the same way an athlete or an entertainer spends money on their enhancement, whether it's staying in shape so they can look good in front of the camera, or an athlete, staying physically fit so he can play the game, any type of enhancement that they do for themselves physically, I feel like that they should do an enhancement of their mind, an enhancement of the foundation of financial literacy, so they can be able to build on any type of wealth building needs that they need. So they don't have to point the blame at, this advisor duped me of my money, or, why did this person, sell me a house that, know that it was overvalued in this current market. So there won't be no finger pointing, because currently, if I buy a house that is overvalued, I can't blame the mortgage company or the realtor. I'm sorry, I have to blame myself. I have to put some responsibility, on myself. And, a lot of people, will argue me different and, say that I am, on the side of, other advisors or big banks or what have you. But I feel like, that's always been my take on things. You have to share some of the responsibility. So just want to leave you with this. My mantra is always about building wealth. But I feel like in order for you to build wealth, you have to have the mindset to build wealth. So, it's deeper than how much money I have, and it's deeper than the financial literacy foundation. It starts within the mind. So, again, this is Lorelia, and I will see you at the next blog post. Have a great day. Bye-bye.